The Nurse Believed the Sick Man Slept by Charlotte Bronte, 1816 to 1855. The nurse believed the sick man slept, for motionless he lay. She rose and from the bedside crept, with cautious steps away. Okay, so this poem is by Charlotte Bronte. She's the eldest of the Bronte sisters. They were born and lived in Yorkshire. They all died at an early age. I think she lived the longest to the age of 39. Charlotte Bronte, I think, is probably most famous for her second novel, Jane Eyre. So, what's this about? Well, it's a very short little poem, but with just a few words it gives a very interesting image. It's saying the nurse believed the sick man slept. So we've got a nurse who is clearly at the bedside of somebody who is sick, Anyway, the nurse says or claims that she thinks that this sick man is sleeping because he's not moving, and then she stood up and left his bedside very cautiously. So let's see. I think what's this about? Well, I think firstly this is about life and death and about insecurity and appearance versus reality. I think maybe this has got something to do with the fact that all of her sisters had died. Yeah. Let's see. Both Maria and Elizabeth had died prior to this being published, and I think maybe this reflects her feelings about illness and about the medical profession, because clearly in the past they've been unable to help her. Okay, so let's just look at this, because the whole thing's got a little bit of mystery to it. The nurse believed the sick man slept. So she believed, but she didn't know. Yeah? So is the man living or dead? And here maybe to sleep and to die. What's the difference between sleep and death? Because death could be or death and sleep sleep is very often used as a metaphor for death, and I think this is suggesting that the nurse thinks that this man is actually dead, that he's not sleeping. But the poem says she believed that he was sick, for motionless he lay. So he lay there without moving. Yeah, but if he's not moving, she's not going to be able to see him breathing. And normally you can see somebody breathing. The body moves up and down. So I think, to me, this is a sure sign that he's actually dead. And she rose and from the bedside crept, with cautious step away. So she stood up and crept cautiously away from the bed. Now, if he's really sleeping, then to creep cautiously away is realistic. But if he's actually dead, then creeping away and going cautiously is of no relevance, because he's dead. And I get the feeling that the nurse knows in her heart of hearts that this person is dead, but she doesn't really want to admit it to herself. And maybe she's going out to ask for somebody else to come in, to give somebody else the news, to tell somebody what she believes. And by creeping away and being quiet, then it's a refusal to admit that maybe actually he really is dead. and I think this is the idea of it. So I think that's enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. The Nurse Believed the Sick Man Slept by Charlotte Bronte.